AEW is signing a newly released departed WWE star. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, plus some TNA Hall of Fame news, and we are going to talk about John Cena's last match, who it's expected to be, and how they're going to get there. It's all coming up right here on the Ango Show. If you guys want more videos like this, don't forget to click that subscribe button and ring that bell. This way you never miss a video on the channel. But also don't forget nordvpn.com/Ango. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. I want to kick things off with the TNA Hall of Fame. The other day we spoke about the TNA Hall of Fame. We know the beautiful people as well as Mickie James are being inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame, which is just huge. This year it's dedicated to the knockouts. I think that's awesome. A lot of great positive things there. However, we now have details on who is inducting who, and kicking things off with the beautiful people, we have confirmation that ECW icon Tommy Dreamer, who is also part of the TNA creative team, he works with TNA and Anthem, he will be the one inducting the beautiful people, Angelina Love and Velvet Sky. In addition to that, Gabby LaSpisa, or La Spica, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. You guys may remember her from like Busted Open Radio and stuff. Now she's doing her own thing. She's going to be hosting the TNA Hall of Fame this year. And Dreamer actually revealed that he was asked to do the honor, and he considered it a very big honor, obviously, to induct the beautiful people. The ceremony is taking place this weekend. Obviously, it is October 7th now, but we have October 12th. Just 5 days away. Bound for Glory is happening this weekend. It's super exciting. Obviously, this is a big deal for the beautiful people to be inducted. However, what I'm actually even more excited about is the person who is inducting Mickie James, which has been revealed to be Victoria from WWE. You guys might remember Victoria in TNA as Tara, but that's obviously, it's just the name, right? Lisa Marie is going to be inducting Mickie James. So really, really cool to see who's inducting who. I know in the past few years, especially when Bound for Glory was in Detroit, I was super excited about the Hall of Fame and listening to those speeches. Obviously, Rhino being inducted was really cool. But I feel like this is a can't miss Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The TNA Hall of Fame induction is a lot more different than the way WWE does it. WWE has it on such a grand scale. TNA obviously doesn't, but I think that kind of makes for a little bit more intimacy, and sometimes those intimate speeches tend to be really good. I think when you look at TNA and their Hall of Fame and what they're doing this year, I think they have a great selection of people, but also the people who are inducting are also really good choices. So I'm super excited about this. I mean, I just feel like this is going to be a really cool part of the weekend that I don't think is going to be taking up too much of people's time either. That brings us to our next topic, ladies and gentlemen. John Cena, his last match. What is happening? There's been so much talk about John Cena's retirement tour and who's doing what and what's happening. Some people are going to like this, some people are not. But WrestleVotes has come out a couple months ago talking about John Cena being retired by Gunther. Now, today, Wrestling Observer Radio comes out and they've said that WWE internally has locked in Gunther as John Cena's last opponent for Saturday night's main event on December 13th, 2025. Now, Dave Meltzer was talking about this, and obviously Dave Meltzer gets some things right, some things wrong, but one thing that he said was that WWE may be planning a tournament to crown who is John Cena's final opponent. And I thought that was a very interesting take, because Gunther doesn't really have a history with John Cena, right? Which is cool because Gunther is obviously the future of WWE. He's a very big part of the WWE. He's a very big part of the WWE in present tense, but a lot of people who are wondering, oh, is it going to be Adam Copeland? No, right? Like that's probably not happening. But then also people were wondering, okay, could it be Dominic Mysterio? Listen, the way I look at it is this. Dominic Mysterio or Gunther are two of the best options to retire John Cena. But I like the idea of it being Dominic Mysterio because who says John Cena actually has to lose his retirement match? I know it's the thing that you would typically do on the way out of the business, but imagine if John Cena were to win the Intercontinental Championship from Dom and then retire with the belt and he reached the Grand Slam, right? Like that would have been a very, very big deal. That was a title that John Cena never won. I feel like that could have been kind of cool, and it could have been a way to put Dominic Mysterio as a babyface. I feel like you could have done that babyface turn too. I think a tournament to crown the winner is an interesting choice. to become the last opponent. I find that to be a very interesting choice by the WWE. I'm excited about it personally. I think Gunther, retiring Goldberg, retiring John Cena, it adds a lot more to his resume. And I would like to see that kind of become a shift in his character as well. I know Randy Orton obviously had the Legend Killer gimmick, but what if you could kind of do something similar for Gunther? And obviously Goldberg's thing was on Saturday night's main event. John Cena's last match is on Saturday night's main event. To me, I just feel like it is a no-brainer to a certain extent. So obviously, having a tournament is cool, man. Having a tournament is cool. It's an interesting choice. But now you got to book the tournament really good, and you got to have some big names in there. And Gunther is somebody who has a lot of credibility already, that if he were to win the tournament, that would be obviously realistic. But you can't just have random guys in this tournament to be John Cena's last match. They all should have some sort of history or some sort of connection to John Cena, in my humble opinion. And guys, that's just a quick reminder. Speaking of Peacock and ESPN and all of these things, international wrestling fans get to watch WWE, all on Netflix, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, pay-per-views, all that good stuff. NordVPN.com/Ango could help you with that. You could get 77% off NordVPN's 2-year plan. You get an extra 3 months. It equates to $3.09 a month. It's a really big deal. Make sure you guys check that out. That brings us to Santos Escobar. He was obviously in the news yesterday because he has officially become a free agent at midnight. And now many people in WWE actually believe he is headed to AEW. Now, this is a tricky situation because Santos Escobar, it was kind of widely known that he was going to be leaving the WWE, which is crazy because we just got the report yesterday. But apparently people in WWE knew that he was going to be out of the company. That's why they got rid of him, Garza, and Humberto Carrillo altogether. So basically what has come out is that Meltzer had basically said that it's not 100% confirmed, but there is anticipation and expectation that AEW is his likely destination. Unless he signs something at the last minute or whatever like that. Basically, there are people that expected him to go to AEW. Now, with AEW possibly bringing in Santos Escobar, a lot of people are drawing comparisons because Andrade just signed. Is Santos going to be the guy that goes in there and he's doing this thing where he goes to AEW and next thing you know, he's working in LFI or Don Callis family or something like that. I'm going to hold all sort of judgment until I see what they would do with him. I don't think the solution is throwing him in Don Callis family, but listen, man, this guy's a great worker. He's a great talker. Whatever he does, I'm interested in. There was talks that WWE offered him more money. He didn't want more money. He wanted like guaranteed creative plans, and obviously WWE is not going to offer that. I get it. I understand it. It's just not going to work for everybody. So it is what it is. I think he could have done a lot better on his main roster run compared to NXT. WWE really didn't see it. Maybe it's because of age. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the reason could have been, but WWE decided not to re-sign him. He decided to not take the contract. Him going to AEW would make a lot of sense. What will AEW do? How will they do it? Let's find out.